Welcome to the Desert OnDeck podcast with your hosts, Santi'd and Zaydar.
Hello, folks, and welcome back to another episode of Desert on Deck. And as the season continues to go on, we start to see who the better teams are. And there has been no question about it, folks, that the Chicago Cubs are easily one of the best teams in baseball right now. I mean, my God, have you seen it? They go on these crazy win streaks, and something crazy is that the Cubs into the season they did make some moves, right? They got Bregman and they traded for Edward Cabrera, but even then we didn't really think of them as to be like as this good, right? And early in the season, the damn Central has been unbelievable. The NL Central is unbelievable on how good it is. I mean, like every team on there, I think like they are battling. I don't think any team has been able to hold on to a lead until now, of course, with the Cubs, who or have a 5-game lead over the Reds, who are actually over 500. They're the only division in baseball to have a team to have all their teams be over 500. 500. That's crazy. So Zadar, what do you think? What do you think is causing this magic to happen? Not only with the Cubs, mainly with the Cubs, but what's in the NL Central? What's going on there?
They can take a look at the NL Central, and they've just got young teams. They've got talent, but they're also like depending on each other. It's like a brotherhood, and I know like you don't have to be all buddy buddy, arms linked to be a good team. But these teams, considering they're young and don't have like a lot of huge superstars on their payroll, they're really working together to get to the next man. I mean, I guess you could say the Cubs have a large payroll, but besides them, the other four teams do are working hard, and um, that seems to be what they're doing. You know, the Reds have that nice 1-2 combo of Sal Stewart and Ellie De La Cruz, so they've been working hard. You know,
Yeah. And by the way, the Reds are not healthy, right? Hunter Green has not came back yet, right? And Suarez has been a little bit slow to kick off the year. So hopefully he can get hopefully he can get back kicking. And Hunter Green, like I said, I don't think he's returned yet, right? He hasn't came back yet. I think he's still injured. So you know that the Brewers, those damn Brewers, they just swept the Yankees. As of this, they have just swept the Yankees. Pick the Pirates have the Pirates have actually been like quietly good for us, right? And um I mean, the one thing that I have an issue with the Pirates is the fact that Marcelo Ozuna is not do has not been doing too Scotty too hotty, and you know who probably would have been really good in that DH spot. You know who probably would have been or like in that outfield spot. You
who you
know.
got? Who you got?
Well, I think Mr. Unc McCutcheon would have been really good out there. You know.
Yeah, I mean he's
Yeah.
doing. I mean for some Texas Rangers, you know.
Yeah. He's been pretty
Let me,
good with the Texas Rangers. Yeah.
let me pull him up right now. He's see. Yeah, McCutcheon. He's not been great at all, right? Because he can understand he's getting older. But for a team that's struggling, not struggling, but in a tough division, you could have that kind of leadership in your clubhouse, and it'd been nice to have McCutcheon here, especially during a run like this.
Yeah. And he
Yeah.
probably wouldn't have been like, too expensive too. So he probably wouldn't have been that expensive. And it's also he won an MVP with your team. Come on, man. Let's be kind. But if you want to hear our opinions on all that, you can check out our second episode of Desert on Deck where we talk just about the Pirates. But today we're gonna talk about the Cubs. And the Cubs, what a team! What a team! So let's talk about their team, okay? So the pitching staff contains of Seiya Suzuki, and I like Seiya Suzuki. I've liked him since he came into the league back in 24. He's actually like one of the underrated like Japanese players that came in one of the pitchers, right? Because I remember that 2024 free agency, right? It was Yamamoto who signed that really big contract with the Dodgers, And then of course Otani also signed with the Dodgers. But I felt like we all kind of just say Suzuki, like, oh, say Suzuki. No, say Suzuki joined in 24, right?
Let me take a look. I think it might have been like a year before that, but he was definitely under the radar, you
No,
know?
yeah, he was definitely under the radar.
Yeah, taking a look right now.
Yeah, me too, Sharon.
Okay, oh, 2022. Oh, so he's been
Oh,
here for a bit.
damn. Okay, cause I remember him like really becoming a big deal to at least to me in like 2024. I remember that. Oh, okay. So Seiya Suzuki's been there a hot minute, and then I brought up Shota Imanaga, right?
Yeah,
Okay, he came in 2024. I can probably got those two mixed up. So-
yeah.
Okay,
Imanaga came, yeah.
yeah, I would like, and like I said in that free agent year, like I feel like he should have been like someone that people talked about, but also I felt like they kind of had like a Murakami thing with him where they weren't too sure about him. Obviously, not to the extent of Murakami, but man, Chicago's a actually now that I think about it, Chicago has more like Japanese players playing there than I think LA. No, I'll just solo them, but hey, the Chicago's getting a lot of Japanese like people there. Murakami and Shota Imanaga and Seiya
Yeah,
Suzuki. I mean, damn.
yeah, they're expanding their market.
Oh yeah. And not only that, but it's just been a magical run. Michael Bush, he's been doing pretty good at first base. Pico Armstrong, he just got a big contract extension. Um, and he's been doing pretty good for himself too. Alex Bregman, their big signing. Let me actually look at his numbers real quick. See how Mr. Trash Can Banger is let's see how he's doing in his new uniform. And I think he's been doing pretty solid. Let's see. He is yeah, he's been doing ooh, okay. He's got 37 hits and 159 at bats. Okay. 13 RBIs. Oh. Oh. 331 66 361 OPS, 328 on base percentage, and a 233 average. That doesn't seem too good.
Yeah, he's not
Hmm.
quite. I mean, I get that he doesn't have as many trash cans when he's in the National League, you know? But
Yeah, the trash cans don't come to you in the National League, but I mean, um, you know what? Now we talk about the Cubs. You see that one of the pitchers got injured. It was who was it? One of the pitchers got injured, like playing with their kids. Let me find who it
yeah,
was.
that's just the Cubs are one of the most interesting team in baseball, folks. They're kind of one of the weirder ones, but they're good.
I mean, they lost the playoff spot. Like they lost the trip to the World Series because a fan like caught a ball that was foul.
Oh yeah.
So, and they won. They broke their curse in a rainy Game 7, which they damn near blew the lead up thanks to Roldis Chapman and Rajay Davis. God. Um, Edward Cabrera, he was traded to them, and he's had a 3.88 ERA, and he has 3 wins and 1 loss. And you know what? That's not too bad. In my opinion, not too bad. Not too shabby. Could be better, but not too shabby. It's
Yeah.
let's see. Ben Brown, Mr. Ben Brown, son. He's been pretty good. 1.82 ERA, and 13 games that they've had him go out there for. I clicked on him because I liked his name. He has a cool name, so I chose him. But then they even got some catchers. They got Miguel Maya, MLB The Show legend, and Corson Kelly. He's there too. Of course, the also known Alex Bregman. That infield, my God. Alex Bregman, Michael Bush, Nico Horner, Dansby Swanson. My God, what an infield. My goodness.
Yeah, the infield's been something else. Nico Horner, I think, is I don't call, okay, at this point he's probably one of the most underrated infielders because he's provided solidness with the bat, but his calling card is that glove because oh my lord, he is unstoppable. You hit it anywhere near him, he is a black hole at second base.
Yeah,
You
he's
can't go
like,
anywhere close to him.
oh, he's
He's gonna suck it
crazy
up.
out there, man. My God.
Yeah.
No, dude, I'll give him this. Maybe they might not be the most like if have you like that Cubs infield, especially last year. Remember last year in the wild card, they were bullying the Padres with the crazy plays they were making in the infield.
Yeah.
Oh my
That was
God.
fun.
The Cubs are a very good defensive team because in the outfield they have Pico Armstrong, and I mean I haven't really seen any highlights from Ian Happ, Matt Straw, and Seiya Suzuki, but I have seen some highlights from this guy. You remember this guy? This is an
Oh
all-star
yeah.
contender right here.
Dodger
Michael,
legend.
yeah, World Series champion Michael Conforto right here, number 20. Oh man, look at him. He's got 2 home runs. In 44 at bats, he has 9 runs, 16 hits, 2 home runs, 8 RBIs, and a 364 batting average with a 473 on base percentage and a 1.132 on OPS. What the hell, man? What the hell?
I mean, come on, like we couldn't do this in a Dodger uniform when we were paying 17 million. Come
Oh.
on, yeah, you had to do it on a minor league contract, right?
Oh man, the Dodgers hustled him, bro. Nice running
Mm,
catch. They made a nice running catch according to the film room. So
Huh, nice.
yeah, yeah, good on him. Um, Michael Conforto elected free agency.
Yeah, I don't know. Imagine if the guy he tried his best to make sure the Dodgers wouldn't win it last year with his awful play, and then now he's about to lead the Cubs to the World Series, if maybe.
Oh, that'd be revolutionary. That'd be. I feel like the thing with Conforto is you can definitely tell that he's a bench player, and it seems like he's working in that like kind of spot to be like on the bench, to relax on the bench and come out in those
Yeah.
clutch. Because like when we had Conforto play, he was basically our everyday left fielder or right fielder. No, he was our left fielder, right? He was supposed to be.
Yeah, I was in left the whole time. Yeah, I remember that.
And that didn't work too out well for us. I mean, in my opinion, he kicked off I really liked Conforto at the beginning of the season. I thought he was really good for us. In the beginning of the season, he was awesome. I loved him. But then later down the line, hmm.
No, no comment. He totally fell off in the second. No, fell off like right after the first month was over. Remember?
He fell off
And
after the
then
Phillies series.
yeah, right away. And then you'll get a kicker out of this. I remember telling you this one time, in the like every time we were about to drop him, he started performing, and he was like an all-star for the listen, folks, 2 weeks going into the trade deadline. And then in the 2 weeks after the trade deadline, when we didn't trade him, he dropped back off again. He was doing nothing.
Michael Conforto performs best when his job is on the line.
Yeah, that sums it up right there.
Like this man, you're right. And like I remember back then, I was like, "Oh, you're goddamn right," because he would like have insane dial-ins. Like whenever the Dodgers, like Dodger media and like Dave Roberts be like, we don't know what we're gonna do. Conforto, he's not doing too good. And then that next game, he'd go like off. He'd get like a bunch of hits. He had a home run. Shit, he even walked it off for one. He didn't walk it off. He had like a. You remember that base hit he got against the Mets? I remember
Oh
that.
yeah, I remember that.
That was like one of the like more memorable moments. That and then him hitting that home run on the Shohei bobblehead night against the Braves and that crazy rally that the Dodgers had. Um, God, can we have that Braves back instead of the Braves that we have now? And that transitions nicely into the Braves. That team is also crazy. That team is also insanely crazy. That team should be like that team went from like being garbage last year to being probably in my opinion, I think they're the best team in baseball right now.
Really?
Right now, it's the Cubs, But like overall this year, from what this year has shown, it's the Braves easily.
Oh
It
yeah,
it goes
I'll buy into that.
it goes Braves, Cubs, Dodgers, Yankees. I could flip the Dodgers and the Yankees. I wouldn't mind if you could flip the Dodgers and the Yankees. The Braves are up there as well. And all the NL Central is also in that top 10 because that goddamn division is crazy. I don't know what. I don't know why they had a change of heart. I mean, last year they did have three of their teams make the playoffs, so fair enough. Actually, now that I think about it, um, but that NL East is doing no good for themselves besides the Braves because the Montreal Expos are doing meh, and the Marlins I actually think are a young team that I could see competing in the future. Of course, I can believe that. I wouldn't be too far fetched to think that, right? I think we need
Yeah,
those.
see that?
Yeah. Now, of course, the Phillies, Marlins, Expos, and the Mets are all out of 500. So,
Okay, that's embarrassing for them.
and the only team over 500 is the Braves. So, and they're like one of the best teams in baseball. So that's that's that's
Braves
funny.
are sucking up all their wins.
Yeah, literally. And they even have the worst team. So they have the best team in baseball, and they have the worst team in baseball in the division. The Braves and the New York Metropolitans. Oh man, this team is like. We try to be nice to the Mets, right? But they're just like they don't make it easy for us. They really don't make it easy for us to be nice to them.
Yeah, they it's making our job hard for us if we want to try to be nice. Now, of course, if we want to be honest, then it gets really easy.
It's very easy. That team, they should sell at the deadline. They need
Oh
to
yeah.
sell. Insanely need to sell. And speaking of selling, let's talk about. I mean, it's basically May, and that trade deadline's coming up nice and juicy near July. And before we know it, I mean that's in 2 months. The trade deadline. Yeah, basically basically 2 months. So we could start theorizing, right? I mean, a little bit too early. My too early team sellers. All right, here's the team sellers. Whom I think is gonna sell at the deadline. I think the Mets are gonna sell. I think I could see the Phillies trying to sell. I could see the Astros maybe doing some selling as well. I'm thinking teams are really bad. If I'm the Angels, I think this is a time to trade Mike Trout. And listen, he's a franchise guy and he obviously wants to stay, but I feel like at this point, Mike Trout, you have to like try and recoup your fit system. It's not working out, man. I think you need to start selling at the deadline. I don't know, maybe trade Mike Trout to like the Mets or the Dodgers or someone that's going to pretend. Trade him to the Yankees. I heard that. Trade him to the Yankees, okay? I think I like I said, Mets just should sell. I think if the White Sox are not in a hunt for a playoff spot, they should trade Murakami and try and get some prospects for him. I think the ideal route for the White Sox is to either uh, trade him at this deadline, or try and extend him and make him your franchise. Because obviously he's done amazing stuff for the franchise, and if they want to put their like money into him, he could easily become the franchise star. In my opinion, he brings in a Japanese audience, so I feel like they could use that. But if they don't want to, they don't want to. If they don't want to, if they have a longer term plan, of course, Murakami's on like a short term contract, so maybe they just trade him here, get some nice young prospects, so hopefully they can build up for that World Series run eventually. Um, Now the NL Central should sell. The Giants made a pretty interesting trade, Zador. You want to talk about that?
Yeah, this I did not see this coming in the slightest, but the Giants decided to trade Patrick Bailey. I don't know if you guys know him. You hopefully do, because he's probably the best defensive catcher in baseball right now. And that guy's a whiz behind the plate. But they traded him to the Cleveland Guardians, who had way too many catchers already. And the Guardians sent in return a guy named who's nicknamed Tugboat and a draft pick in the fifth round. So it's looking like even though they have the big contracts of Devers and Willie Adames, are the Giants gonna sell? What do you think? Do you think the Giants are gonna sell?
Oh, okay. Well, I'll tell you this, all right? And we have to talk about Patrick Bailey. Let's get back to that. I'll give you my final thoughts before we talk about whether they might sell or not. Um, you said that Patrick Bailey was a was the best defensive catcher in baseball. That is true. But you see how we only said he's the best defensive catcher in baseball. Offensively, well, um, I wouldn't put my life on it. I wouldn't put my life on him unless it's like a lefty from the Dodgers. Then he hits the lefties from the Dodgers like crazy. But obviously, I don't know how true it is, but I feel like the Giants. I've heard the Giants want to get rid of the Devers contract, which I think is fair. Cause let's be real, folks. Let's be honest with ourselves. That team is not going as it planned. And listen, in a non-biased way for me, right? I'll be non-biased here, and I'll be non-biased. Because if I'm biased, I would say, oh, I expected this from the Giants. But when they signed the new head coach, right? That the guy from Tennessee, I really liked him. I really liked the guy. So I thought I was actually kind of a little bit rooting just for him. Just for him. I was hoping that he would do at least somewhat decent. Of course, not like really good, but I mean, just somewhat decent. But Rafael Devers, right? He's going out there and he has hit only 4 home runs. That is embarrassing for the amount of money that Devers is getting, and like he's like only 4 homers. Who the hell do you think you are, man? Like, he had a slow start in the beginning of last year, fine, but he kind of picked up the slack immediately. He just hasn't been able to pick up the slack right now. And I feel like that whole Giants team doesn't have a good vibe to it. And I feel like some changes need to be made, and we know that Devers is like not a good like Devers isn't the best in the clubhouse. Whether it be Boston media trying to slam him or not, but there is some truth to it because there's a reason why he's on the Giants now and not on the Red Sox right now playing first base for them. Or playing third base because they don't have a third baseman there in Boston. So it makes the trade look really dumb for both sides now. Because I remember me and you were talking like, oh man, the Giants really, oh no, like the Red Sox. I think it was either the Red Sox or the Giants. They really ran away with like whatever they were doing with the Devers trade. But the more the Devers trade, like we look at the Devers trade, the more both sides look stupid because Devers just hasn't been able. Devers is not doing Devers things. He's wasting payroll, right? And the Giants took on all the contracts, so the Red Sox don't have to pay Devers a damn dime anymore. The dime is now in the Giants' hands now. So the Giants pay all that contract, right? And if you're paying, if I'm Buster Posey, right? And I'm looking at there's 151 at bats that Devers has had, and he's only been able to hit 4 homers. He's only scored in 16 runs. I'd be a little bit concerned. What about you, Zaydar? How about you?
What sums up with Devers is what I'm gonna say. I don't know, cause he had this a slow start, like you mentioned, for the Red Sox last year, but for some like a historic one, everybody was getting mad. But he picked it up and he became like Aaron Judge. He became the Devers we all know and love. But this year he's been worth negative WAR, negative .7. So it's kind of a question of how much were the Giants willing to take, because I mean this guy has one of the biggest contracts in baseball, right? And all he can do is really DH. He was a third baseman, but he wasn't good. So now he's stuck DHing and taking up space at first and third base occasionally. And I don't know. We're gonna have to see how much the Giants are willing to take with this money, because they're not exactly known for having the deepest pockets. And now we got to find out how much they're willing to take, especially because they also got that Willie Adames trade on the books. Remember? So
Yeah.
they got a large payroll, to be honest.
And we're not saying the Giants are a broke team, right? Giants definitely on a big market, San Francisco, but they haven't been known to really spend like this. They really started spending like this the second Buster Posey came into office, and you can tell Buster Posey really wants to win because he's very much experimenting. This whole Devers trade to have him play first base after all the drama with him at the Red Sox, and even the drama that the drama that he had when he first joined the Giants. Remember that? Remember, like he was like no showing like first base meetings. So obviously Devers is probably not the nicest or the like most like the greatest clubhouse guy ever, right? But even last year, okay, let's compare this to last year, right? And we combined with both teams, he had a 252 average, right? But he always kind of doesn't really. Oh, he actually no, he actually doesn't hit that well most of the time. Like he has 272 before that in 2024, 271, and then actually had a pretty decent one of 295. And he can be good, but obviously it's kind of dropped off. But the thing with Devers is that he has some home run pop, right? He had 35 homers last year. And on the Red Sox, right? Before, because the Red Sox traded, remember, Red Sox trade Devers in like June. It was like a June trade, and we're getting pretty much near to June, and Devers had hit 15 home runs by that point. And we're in the middle of May, and Devers had only gone to 4. And even when he joined the Giants, okay? So, like a little bit of, little slice of cake to really get you here. He had a, basically the same average than what, basically the same average at Devers that he has right now. He had a 2.236 average point, and then of course a right now he has a .232, and I mean he basically hit, if not like he hit better in some places and it was just a little bit worse in some other places, but he's basically like basically as good as he was in beginning with the Red Sox, but obviously I don't know what it is, and maybe we're over exaggerated. Maybe we're just judging too early. But if I'm the Giants, like you said, that Adames contract isn't cheap, so I don't know. And your whole thing, the whole operation isn't working. Logan Webb got injured. He's been put on the IL for the first time like in forever, right? And Luis Arias, right? He gets on base, but you're starting to realize the issue that everyone else kind of had with him and why they kind of held off on signing him. It's the Giants looked like a good team on paper, but unfortunately the game is played on grass.
Man, right there, that's the perfect quote. Is just as much money. It kind of proves the point. You can say apply this to the Mets, and two is you can spend as much money as you want, and you can get all these signings that you want. But in the end, how what they're getting paid to do doesn't matter unless they actually do it. You know. So
Yeah.
it's kind of been disappointing to see the Giants not quite living up. I mean, it was looking like a good rivalry with the Dodgers because if I was really hoping that those guys would be able to really continue their business with the Dodgers. I mean, it's one of the best rivalries in the game.
Yeah.
And so, I
Easily.
mean, they beat the Dodgers, but they haven't been contending with them. You know?
Yeah, they usually beat the Dodgers, but they haven't been able to compete with them for the NL West since like 21. And even then they lost to the division series to them, so how fun. But um I think that's basically gonna wrap it up for us. No, actually, we have one more topic that we talk about. This is just kind of like a little side rant for us. We're LA fans, and we're tired of the Dodgers offense not doing anything. They just kind of refuse to hit the baseball. We got shelved really bad. We had a pitch. Just Wablisky pitched a line that was never seen before in the history of baseball. He had like 7 earned runs and he went 8.2 innings. He didn't even pitch the full. He didn't even go the full distance. Well, it's probably because he smoked someone before Dave Roberts took him out. So maybe that's fair. But crazy line. Dodger offense has been very dead, but it also comes alive sometimes. It's definitely in a slump, and honestly, I think I'd rather have them be in a slump now than them be in a slump when it really matters in like October. So, hopefully they can figure that out. And also, Snell got rocked in his first start, so I'm not too happy about that either. But yeah,
It was an interesting series against the Braves, but hopefully we do something. You know, because It's kind of weird watching the Dodgers play this year because like Kyle Tucker is one of the quietest dudes ever. Like he hit that walk off against the Marlins, and Rojas almost had to force a smile out of him.
Oh, he's so awesome, though. Dude,
Yeah,
nothing can make me hate Kyle Tucker. I don't care what people say. They may tell me that he's not hitting well, but in my opinion, he's been like one of our better hitters. So I don't know what you're on about. But
I mean, I guess when we're not scoring, he is one of the better hitters.
oh yeah, easily. No, in the National Series, he was hitting really good as well. I don't know why we were moving him down and stuff. He's actually batting fourth today. Cause this is today, as we record this. This is the day that Mookie Betts returns. He's coming
Oh,
off the IL, and they just sent down Freeland. And they're keeping up Kim. They kept Espinal, but Espinal's definitely getting DFA the second Kike Hernandez comes back. But hopefully Dodgers offense can pick up the slack. They play the Giants today in a 4-game series. And yeah, they're going to see if the Giants and the Dodgers can put on a good show for us. But speaking of shows, we basically have given you everything. So let's talk about the sports news. Let's talk about the sports. So NBA playoffs. Do you see that Wemby like shorted the hell out of that guy? You
and they
see?
threw him out for it. Yeah, that was something.
Oh man,
Weird to see Wemby get out though, man.
no man. And they did. And I don't think they're gonna suspend him. And if I'm the NBA, like, come in, I wouldn't suspend him either.
He's one of your biggest stars.
Yeah, easily, bro. I wouldn't suspend him. What the hell? The guard, the have you seen the? I saw the video. I saw a video of the damn Cavaliers kicking Pistons fans outside the stadium. That was funny. We don't talk about the Lakers and the OKC. I
No.
remember I had a conversation with my mom. That I'm like, it's so weird. Like a year ago, 10 years ago, this probably would have been a basketball podcast because basketball was the big thing. Like early in the year, all the kids or the teenagers or the young adults were getting into that, and more people, old people were getting into like baseball. But look at us, we're basically young adults, and we really like this baseball thing, and we're really not into the basketball. I mean, are you into basketball, Zador? Do you tune in every day for the NBA?
Can't say I tune in every day, but once in a while I'll take a look and be like, oh, here's what's going on in basketball. It's fun, but it's not quite MLB right now.
Oh no, I like playing basketball. I don't really like watching it. I mean, sometimes I watch it, right? Like the Lakers, I don't even really watch the Lakers because I'm like the Lakers on my team, of course. But like I don't like the way that like basketball is played now. I liked it when it was like back in the Kobe era, Mamba forever. But um, in NASCAR, Shane Van Gisbergen won in F1. There was no race. Wait, was there a race? That actually might have been a race. There's no way there was a race. I would have known there was a race. Yeah, no, there wasn't a race. So no race. NHL. God, I low-key lost track of the playoffs of the NHL since the Kings got eliminated. But I know the Ducks and the Golden Knights are in a playoff spot. So what? 4? Game 4, right?
Yeah.
All right, cool. Thank you, Mom. She just singled me that they're in Game 4, and I like
Oh,
those two
cool.
teams. Yeah, good on them. And then in the NFL, I mean, it's just training camp now, and we're training up our QB1 to whoop Justin Herbert in the next matchup. So that's really gonna do it from us. So of course. We want to thank you for watching us. Make sure to follow us on Instagram and TikTok, and of course on YouTube. Share us around, and of course, God loves every single last one of you, except for a fat kid's named Kennedy. I mean, why even bother to ask at this point? I mean, he's not budging. But you know what? For the fat kids named Kennedy, we love you because you decided to hop on to our podcast and give us a listen. Um, so yeah.
That's it from us, I guess.
That's
Peace
all,
out.
folks. Yep. Peace. See you on the flip side.
This has been the Desert on Deck podcast. Stay cool and subscribe, and we'll see you next time.